Instagram chooses my reads for a week. I love this trend, but my Instagram followers mostly consist of people from my high school who don't really care about books or my YouTube channel. So I created a private story of my friends who talked to me about books and or my YouTube channel. I then posted my first poll between two books, Dare You to Hate Me and The Cheat Sheet, and let them choose which one I pick up next. I'm ready to start a new book, so I'm going to check my private story to see which book won the poll. I posted 2 football romances, Dare You to Hate Me by Celeste and The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams. Looking at the covers, I personally think this one's cooler, but I kind of want to read this one more. And I feel like a lot of people like cartoon covers, so I don't know. I'm really fine with either book though. I just want a cute little rom-com, and usually football romances are that way. That's not always the case, but I took an assumption. I'm reading a sports romance, so. 6 of the 7 people saw the story and only 4 of them voted. So to the 2 of you that didn't vote, why? We talk about books, we talk about my channel. Why didn't you vote? Anyway, the 4 people that did vote voted for The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams, which is the one I wanted to read, so that's great. I've read When in Rome and Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams, and I loved both of them. And I'm very excited for just a fast-paced, short little rom-com, so can't wait to get started. I just made a realization. I think I know why people chose this book over the other one. There's a ballerina on the cover. I'm a dancer. I danced recreationally for 2 years, then I competed for 10, and I've taught dance for 3 years. That's my job. Get you some friends that will vote for the ballerina because they think you'll like it because you used to want to be a ballerina. I don't know how much I'm going to read tonight. I'm just going to get started and hopefully enjoy the book.
I see you dancing with your ghosts. You're the missing piece of my soul. I know it scares you to come out of the shadows, but I'll hold your hand and I won't let you go. Walking there along the beach.
I'm 100 pages into the book. I feel like it's your cute, fun little lighthearted romance, right? But Bree is just giving, oh, I'm a quirky millennial. Oh, ugh. No, I find it a little cringy. Literally, anytime she does anything, the words that come out of her mouth, her actions, literally everything. I'm just oh. But at the same time, I'm entertained. I think this book is entertaining. It's fun, it's cute, it's lighthearted. But here is a message to my millennial cousins. If you ever act like Bree Camden, I will act like I do not know you. Unless you have your kids with you, they are super cute. I'm sorry, I'm just getting secondhand embarrassment with pretty much anything she does. Guys, if this is me in 10 years, take me out. I don't know why, but I assumed the characters were a lot younger before I started reading, and then I'm like, oh wait, they're full-on adults that have real world jobs. Well, she's a dance teacher, I'm a dance teacher, we're one and the same, right? The only difference is that she actually owns a business and got into Juilliard and has talent. She also likes to run, and that's how they became friends. They would just run together. You will never catch me running. I know exactly what I'm getting when I pick up something like this. And it's just something cute, lighthearted. There's not that much stress, but it's a little bit frustrating because there has to be some sort of plot. Because I am eager to see what my private story is going to say, I'm going to post the next 2 books and have that pull up just so it's there when I need it. The next genre I'm going for is fantasy romance, and I have 2 picked out. We have Heart of the Raven Prince by Tessonja Odette. This is a Cinderella retelling, but they're fae. I originally got this recommended from Sarah Caroli, but then my friend Eden, who's on this private story, read this book, and she liked it, so we'll see if she votes for this one. Because she also read the other book that I'm putting in the poll, which is A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Brigid Kemmerer. This is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. I think I'm going to give tiny descriptions about these books when I do the poll this time. I was going to do that with the poll with these books, but I just knew they were both football romances. I didn't really know anything else. Okay. let's start with the poll. Which book should I read next? So, which book should I read next? Heart of the Raven Prince, a Fae retelling of Cinderella, or A Curse So Dark and Lonely, a Beauty and the Beast retelling. Alright, let's post it. I'm going to continue to read this, and I'm honestly a little happy that this was chosen just because of how short and quick it is. Because I feel like I just needed like a fast-paced book to read. I finished it! This book is so cute. The ending, I was just like, oh, this is so cute. That being said, I don't think it had like the best plot in the world, but at the same time, you know what you're getting, I feel like, when you pick this up. So I'm gonna give it 3 stars. I was hoping I would like this as much as I liked When in Rome, also by Sarah Adams, and I think I definitely prefer When in Rome to this. It's just the secondhand embarrassment I got when reading this, like, it wasn't, I don't know if it was worth it. But at the same time, it was a good, fast, easy read. And if that's what you're looking for, pick it up. It's currently 8:30 and I have to get up kind of early tomorrow, so I don't know how many more pages I'm gonna read tonight, but I will be starting a new book. This time, everybody saw The Private Story, and we got 2 votes for Heart of the Raven Prince and 3 votes for A Curse So Dark and Lonely. So now it's time to read A Curse So Dark and Lonely. I'm halfway through the book, and it's only like just now starting to pick up. I feel like the beginning of this book has been very slow and a little bit boring. I don't think, it hasn't been like too confusing. Like, I feel like a lot of times people are like, oh, it's so hard starting a fantasy book because I'm confused. And I'm not really confused at all. I just think it's like a little bit boring. I've just been waiting for it to pick up, and it's starting to, like this much. It's picked up this much. And this is a retelling of Beauty and the Beast. So in my head, I'm thinking, oh, that means like romance is going to be like a huge plot in this book. And I feel like we are getting the tiniest crumbs ever. Like crumbs that are like not even worth it at this point. But yeah, the book's just been kind of slow. Not much has really happened. This book is not very fast paced. And I think I prefer a fast paced read. But now it is ever so slightly picking up, which is making me very excited because I want it to pick up. I want the romance. I want even like a little bit more action because we're getting tiny, tiny bits. But I was looking at Goodreads and people were like, oh, it's so engaging from the start. I mean, the first half it's a little boring. But I don't think it's a bad book. I need a little more to happen. So, I'll continue to read and hopefully it will pick up. I could potentially finish this book by tomorrow night if I like actually put in effort, which I might. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm gonna go ahead and put up the poll for the next 2 books up on my story. Also, I feel like it's necessary to say this. I thought for the longest time the author's name was Brigid Kemmerer, but there is an extra ER on here. It's Kemmerer. It's ER. The next 2 books I'm putting up on my story are both first books in series. The first one is Brutal Prince by Sophie Lark. I believe this is a mafia romance. I could be wrong, but I think it is. I'm gonna tell my story. It's a mafia romance. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. This is my impression going in. It's a dark romance, I believe. Hopefully I'm right. It doesn't like specifically say that on the back, but it talks about the Griffins versus the Gallows. Like this rivalry. It's giving mafia, I think. I don't know anything about the mafia. Then also book number 1 in this series, it's called The Risk by St. Abbey. This is a romance between an FBI agent and the serial killer he is trying to catch. So, 2 dark romances, and I'm not a big fan of dark romances, but both of these have caught my eye and seem interesting. So maybe these are the ones. Something I didn't even notice. This has strawberries. This has an apple. That is so perfect. Emoji's right there for me. Okay. Strawberry versus apple. Okay, so now I'm gonna try to finish this book within the next 24 hours. We have another case where I guess the ending of the book. I do have to say it's getting a little annoying being so smart that I figure out how books are gonna end. I feel like sometimes the ending to YA books are made like just kind of obvious, where you're like, oh, that's gonna happen, and then of course that happens. But I think I'm gonna give this book 3 stars. I have officially read more books in 2023 than I did in 2022. Yeah, this book was just, the first half was kind of boring, and I feel like since I wasn't super engaged in the first half, by the time the second half came around, that's just what I felt, that I wasn't super engaged and super like into the story. But my friends on Goodreads are saying that they thought it was very entertaining and liked the whole thing. So like, I guess this is an unpopular opinion. I was bored for a lot of it, and then I didn't feel super engaged and super connected to the characters, and I feel like I need to feel that to really love a story. I mean, like, it's there. Like, I think, like, objectively, it's, like, a good book. But I don't think I'm gonna, like, be thinking about it days on end. I don't really feel the need to continue this series. Like, I might look up what happens, but, like, I don't care very deeply about it. Anyway, moving on. All 7 people have viewed it. That is a good sign. Of course, only 4 of them voted. You know, I have a bone to pick with you guys. I did change, like, in the parentheses, I originally said book 1, but then I was like, oh, that could be a little bit confusing. So then I put in parentheses, like, MF for the series, and it appears that series 1. So now it's time to read book 1 of this series. I'm happy this one, honestly. I think the concept is more fun than a mafia romance. So in this vlog, I'm only gonna read the first book, and it's because I'm going book shopping tomorrow and have a feeling I'm gonna want to pick something else up rather than read all 5 books in here in a row. Anyway, let's get through it.
Around the sun, and I built a universe for one. But there's a garden in the backyard where I picture you in the morning.
Indiana.
Could I have played my cards differently, baby? Could I have shown you
Halfway through The Risk, which I would say is an accomplishment, but the book is only this long. 123 pages long, so, look at me reading so much. Anyway, this book is, I was about to say cute. That is not the word for it. But the relationship between Logan and Lana, like, I feel like they mesh so well together, which is, like, so funny because, you know, he tries to lock up people like her. I mean, like, as he should, like, she's a serial killer. But we have yet to find out her motive. I'm, like, really liking this. I recommend so far. Okay, I'm gonna keep reading. I finished book 1, and I think I'm gonna give it 4 stars. I don't think enough happened for me to, like, rate it 5 stars. Like, it is very much, like, ending right in the middle of the story. I feel like if this was, like, a TV series, it would be, like, the end of the episode where it's, like, a cliffhanger and you have to wait till next week to see what happens. I liked it, but it's not, like, some big ending. It's just a temporary ending, obviously. There's 4 more books in the series. But I don't know, it doesn't feel like a full, complete book. I think it's a pretty good start to the series, but it has officially been a week since I started the video, so we're gonna end it off here. I'm excited to continue to read this series. I don't foresee myself finishing this series, and this was a standalone. And it was actually my 3rd book that I've read by Sarah Adams, and my least favorite. But I still liked it, But yeah, we have a 3-star, a 3-star, and a 4-star. That's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. Thanks for watching. If you like this video and want to like, comment, or subscribe, I would very much appreciate it. See you later, besties. Bye-bye.